Assalamualaikum and selamat sejahtera to Dr. Ridwan and Dr. Ali. I am Anis Nadira Meta Muhammad Manchai from Group 8. We will present about upper beam and upper slab or roof beam, including installation of the reinforcement bar, truss system, roof installation and types. My group member is Brody Anna Agustin, Amri Mustafa bin Jizukanai, Siti Nur Fasiha binti Muhammad Yusri, and Nurul Nabila binti Usman. First is, what is beam? A beam is structural element that primarily resists loads applied laterally to the beam's axis. Its mode of deflection is primarily by bending. The load applied to the beam result is reaction force at the beam support point. Second is roof beam. A roof beam is a load-bearing member that is integral to the strength of the building. It supports the floor or roof above while adding integrity to wall. It also supports joints, trusses, and other lofting elements. The third is truss system. Truss system is an arrangement of wood or steel support beam configured in a triangular shape. Typically, the horizontal ends are connected to other trusses in the system. The lastly is roof. Roof is covering of the top of a building serving to protect against rain, snow, sunlight, wind, and extreme of temperature. Roofs have been constructed in a widely variety of form: flat, pitch, wall, dome, or in combination as dictated by technical, economic, and or aesthetic consideration. Reinforcement bar in beam. In a concrete construction, there are various steps like forming, grading, placing, and finishing to obtain the best result. Among these steps, one vital step is arranging the reinforcement bar or rebar. Installation of reinforcement bar in roof beam. First, from the structure drawing of beam, we take the location and name of the beam. Then, we go to the detailed drawing such as section, longitudinal section, to make in a list of its diameter, number, shape, and length of bar for the bottom, middle, and top steel, and we do so for the stirrup, like number, dimension, and space of the stirrups. The third, after we have the list of bar and stirrup of the specified beam, we prepare them by multiple process like bending of hook, cutting the required length, and we do the same for stirrup. Then we bring all these parts close to the beam location. We put the bottom, middle, top steel in their location in the beam, and that will be easy. Then we lift the bottom steel as closer as possible to the top steel from middle of the span of the beam by making it in a curvature shape with the help of a piece of wood left onto brick or something equal. Then we start to add the whole required number of stirrup for that beam from the smallest distance between the bottom and top steel bar in the middle of the span, which we have made in purpose for this reason. Finally, we start arranging the required spacing between stirrup, then trying this stirrup with the top bar of the beam. Then we release the piece of wood that left the bottom steel to let it back to its original location in the beam. Then we left the bottom steel on spacer to achieve the required cover of the concrete and start laying the bottom steel.
Okay, next is roof installation procedure. The construction sequence. First step, fabrication. The size and shape of the truss should be designed and fabricated by a truss manufacturing plant, considering to choose the materials to use for a particular truss design, such as cost, local availability, and fire requirement. Next step, setting out. Setting out should be same as drawing. And next step is transportation. Transportation factors should have been discussed. Factors include a size of truss and truss frame configuration constraint. Finally, erecting. Truss frame is lifted from the stockpile and located in its approximated final position. The final end wall adjacent truss frame must be precisely squared and plumbed to serve as a guide for the remaining truss frames. Two ways of bracing and permanent bracing. To the next slide. This slide shows the machinery and tools for roof installation. Roofing nail guns. These are some of the tools. First and foremost, the roofing nail guns. Second, hammer taker stapler. Third, roofing hammer or hatchet. Fourth, air compressor. Fifth, roofing blade or utility knife. Sixth, roofing shovel or shingle steer-off tool. Seventh, scoop shovel. Eighth, pry bar. Ninth, tarps. 10th, chalk line tools. 11th, measuring tape or laser tools, and many other more in our report project. Next slide. This slide shows the roof installation procedure. First step, preparing the walls. A properly installed roof requires a roof structure that is correctly and uniformly put out. Walls must be precisely put up with rectangular corners. Second step, erection of the roof. In the erection of the roof step, there is the step laying of trusses and bracing. If trusses are to be utilized, they should be put together in workshop or on the ground. The surface of the ground must be absolute level. If the roof is not constructed right away, the trusses must be kept somewhere dry and shaded. The third step, laying of the wall plates. Wall plates must be set level and parallel to each other to produce an equal roof framework. The wall plates are secured to the wall using straps or other anchoring mechanism after they have been properly positioned. Fourth, laying of the ridge piece and purlins. The ridge beam is level and parallel to the wall plates, passing through the middle of the gable wall. The height of the ridge piece is determined by the desired pitch. Fifth, laying the rafter. The rafter should be somewhat longer than needed at the eaves and trimmed to the proper length after the battens are installed and before the eaves board is installed. Finally, laying the battens. Battens laying patterns are determined by the properties of the cover material. That is all from me, and that is all the roof installation procedure that we should know. Thank you.
So my name is Amri Mustafa Milzukanai, AF190065. So today I want to present about construction drawing. So for the first slide is contrast. Contrast is just like you can see from many roof type truss type. Contrast come with a very simple design and it made of steel. This particular situation, this truss from a twin roof truss. On top of that, the main characteristic here is the top could split into small length, and this allows the build to obtain purely support. So second is whole truss. Whole truss is this type of truss is a combination of steel and wood, which make it elegant with also offering a very appealing design. Almost everything is made out of wood. However, the tension member or the vertical member are manufactured out of steel in order to offer extra support and reliability. And the third is quadrangular rooftop truss. These are used for larger span, and this is why you can encounter them in larger space, which include auditorium and railway shoot. So, so the fourth is roof detail. Roof detail is a basic purpose of any roof is to provide protection to a person inside the structure from the element. This purpose is necessary in every part of world as the roof provides shelter against something as basic as sunlight and others. So lastly is upper beam detail. This is the design for upper beam detail that we can see where is we can put the beam. Also, this provide the diameter between the beam, so we can know where to put the beam.
Okay, for adopting current new and improved technologies. Okay, first, roof beam, reduce expense, faster installation, and flexibility of design. Second, truss system. Truss system is quick installation, increased span, and accessibility. And for roof installation, aerial imaginary technology. For conclusion, this project report is to see the upper beam and upper slab or roof beam, including installation of the reinforcement bar, truss system, roof insulation, and type in construction engineering scope. Truss system give more support and allow the builder to use fewer material to achieve any construction like bridge or building. The analysis of the roof installation and type shown that there are a lot of steps to install the roof and many types of roof that use a wide and different way. Discussion. The roof beam is important in construction as it is connected to the roof slab to prevent separation during rebound. The connection will be designed to prevent composite action between roof slab and roof beam because composite action increases spanning capacity while not increasing the beam shear capacity. The purpose of reinforcement is to provide additional strength for concrete where it is needed. The steel provides all the tensile strength where concrete is in tension as in beams and slabs. Therefore, it supplements the compressive strength of concrete in columns and walls, and it provides extra shear strength over and above that of concrete in beams. Roof trusses are the key to the integrity of a building. Weight is distributed equally throughout the entire structure so you can be sure your roof won't fall in on your head. A strong roof supported with roof trusses prevent harmful UV rays from the sun from entering the building. Roof truss acts as a protection and support to the building. It helps prevent damage to the exposed roof. Since the roof is the first line of defense against the environmental elements, it must be reinforced further. Its main function is, of course, to cover and protect the home from exposure to sun and rain. The roof leakage are a common problem in buildings that are not properly structured. Frequent roof leakage will lead to damage of electronics, furniture, and inventory in the building or house. Constant water leakage will also damage other parts of the building such as floors, walls, and making them rot and develop cracks. A poor roof will make the quality of any construction question. It is essential to hire a reliable constructor to ensure that the roof does not leak, strong and good quality to have more value in the market.